stop where you are. You're a rather bold little human, aren't you? Usually the mountain of skulls and bones stop the cowards in their tracks and cause them to turn around. Perhaps create a legend as to why they appeared there in the way that they are, but perhaps to others more brave they promise treasure, fortune, adventure. Is that why you've progressed here? Interesting. That's one hell of a gamble. You wish to find help for a war. I may appear elven, but trust me, that is only for your sake, not my own. So you decided that whatever may be here might be willing to help despite the mountains of bodies. One thing is for certain, I can promise that I only acted in defense. No, when they all saw me, they panicked. Blades drawn, arrows ready to fire, spells equipped, potions ready to be thrown and slung about. You know, I've watched you all evolve. It is fascinating seeing the world rise and fall again in this time. You've adapted differently. It is weird to see the elements acting so estranged from one another. Oh well. In the meantime, you may call me Irenagos. What may I call you? Pleasure. Now, why would these creatures perceive me as a threat? You know, for someone as brave as you lack the brain. The brawn, perhaps, but the brain. Surprised you just haven't put it together yet. Now, they saw me as a threat because they witnessed my true form. Or something close to it. Yes, this is not, I suppose, the real me. I can magically shapeshift into whatever I please. Though our kind must be careful as to not lose our original form. There have been cases. One of us shapeshifted into something else at a young age and lived their whole lives convinced that they are what they aren't. But yes, I am a dragon. Oh, don't. You were getting so interesting. Don't turn hostile on me now. I have no intention to eat you alive or hoard gold inside of a mountain. No, most of our kind were wiped out. But yet I remain. I chose this form because I suppose it suited me. Dragons tend to lack gender, lack figure, but when we create a mortal disguise, we settle on something that suits us. I suppose masculinity was more my taste, but I suppose I don't always align with it, so to speak. Philosophy aside, I am a dragon. And I do respect your boldness for coming here, but do know that I have lived not only lifetimes of people, but lifetimes of entire species. I've watched empires rise and fall, and new threats rise and die. So, if you've come for my aid, why should I? I'm sure you will either get on fine or earn a defeat if you tried so hard to resist. The greater good. Let me tell you something about the greater good. Long ago, before you, humans and elves even rose, there was a time when we were doing the same thing. We were asking around for help, for anything that would save our species, and you want to know what happened? The greater good was not there for us. We were slaughtered and put down like beasts. And to this day, we still are. Our victors wrote warnings of us as if we were the monsters. And your kind believed them. Your kind tells tales of dragons that would fly over villages and burn them down and steal their children for a snack. Why should I help you? Why should I even humor you? Why am I not picking the skin clean off your bone and throwing your remains to the rest of the pile? Why should I believe the greater good? So that the past isn't repeated. Are you truly working out of pure charity? Is that what you believe? Okay. Come with me while I'll contemplate your ridiculous request, but in the meantime, I suppose I can show you around. I'd rather not have my entire culture wiped out, so maybe a human witness to carry it on will help to some degree. In our time, we were master arcanists. We could craft and weave spells that could shape the entire fate of the world. Sometimes we'd even grant small versions of it as gifts to rising civilizations. Indeed, this world's history stretches far beyond your world, so to speak. For example, would you believe me to say that humans are not native to this planet? Now, I can't go revealing all the nitty-gritty details and revelations to a simple human, but in our time, we were the most powerful creatures to ever walk the universe. We would give gifts in the forms of magic. One time, one of our kind gave a gift to an empire, a weapon that could wipe out entire civilizations with a single thought. One day it was used on themselves and the weapon was lost. One time we created an immortal species by gifting them the gift of life, immortality. But the source of that magic was eventually destroyed, and over time so was their species. But no matter what, we were always seen as gods. And now we're nothing more than boogeymen. The scary stories you tell your children to keep them from wandering out in the woods too far. Though, from what I've seen and heard, you already have enough things to worry about in the woods. Is that why you've come to me, by the way? I've heard of dark creatures prowling your woods. Was it the vampires that were pushing on your borders? Having a little back and forth. It's a powerful foe, I will say. The thing that created them, rather smart in design. I mean, for every death a human suffers, a vampire wins twice. One for the human that they managed to turn into one of them, and one for the friend that just can't bear to put down his old friend. Oh, it's devilish, really. I can say that that was not a gift that we bestowed upon the world. Now, this is a different source. Could I gift something to you? Technically, yes, I could. It wouldn't be as powerful as what I described earlier, though. I wouldn't give your people immunity or immortality. Those spells were a collaborative effort. It wasn't just a single dragon that created them. It was all of them, putting their heads together at once to make something beautiful. Demonstrating also why we were on top of the food chain. But something came one day. In between what I will call the generations of the planet. Something dark came and purged us. Perhaps if there are gods out there, they thought that we had too much of a reign on their world, and so they kicked us off the throne. And now look at us. The glory of our past empire is gone. Oh well. I suppose I can help you. I can craft a few spells that would help us, and then I don't know. It'd be a simple feat, really. Just fight the vampires and then push them back. Wipe the threat clean off of the face of the earth. But I don't know. Much to think about, I suppose. Thank you for not attempting to slice my throat open. I shall consider your good deed. Let your friend, your armies, your militia know. Not sure how they'll react to a living legend being on their side now, but I doubt they'll deny it. Who knows? Maybe there's a lot like me out there. Survivors. Maybe me showing my face will give them the courage to do the same. Right then. Farewell. You know where to find me. I'll be here. Hey everyone, thank you for listening. I really enjoyed making this video. It was a lot of fun to pull this character out of, I guess, the closet of OCs and just being able to expand the world in this way. But anyways, thank you for listening. If you want to see more, you can check out the rest of the channel and all the other stuff I've uploaded. And anything like likes, comments, and subscribing is super appreciated. In the meantime, again, thank you for making it to the end, and I want to give a special thanks to the following: Thea, CH, Anne, Katori Rod, Len Girl, Lee, Rachel Lee, Kitty243, Little T, Chicken Clendy, Sammy Samar, Alicia, Mystic Chan, Cross, Spud Muffin, Clarabelle Pagan, Ilswith, Username 45, Faye, Miyu, Adam, Tricky Bunnytail, Rebecca Reeves, Marcella, and Cepheus. Those are all my patrons on the Diplomat and Higher tier, and if you want to join them, the link to my Patreon is in the description below. Anyways, again, thank you for making it to the end and listening. I hope you guys enjoy this audio, and in the meantime, I will see you guys soon. Have a good one.